Hello wrestling fans, my name is Justin Parker, I am the voice of New Pro Wrestling, and this is yet another edition of The Newsroom, bringing you the scoop, the skinny, the scuttlebutt, all things hip and happening, both old and new, in NPW. As we inch ever closer to our date with Destiny, the excitement is almost tangible. You can reach out and touch it, it's electric. Saturday, May 27th, NPW and Wild Zero LLC present Clash at the Calet, Oneida, New York at the Oneida Calet Civic Center. Tickets are still on sale at oneidacalet.com. We have seen a number of great matches already announced and a few talents signed on with their opponents still be determined. One of those is a stalwart in New York independent wrestling, somebody that is very familiar to wrestling fans. Of course, I'm speaking of Studly Steve McKenzie. Whether it's partnering with Mr. One Night Stand Steve Cruz to become the Killer Steves, or tagging up with Loca Vita to form the Electric Dream Machine, to some wrestling fans, Studly Steve is almost synonymous with tag team wrestling. He's hoping to break out in the singles division of NPW, applying some of that knowledge that he's picked up in his deceptively long career. You would never know that he's been in the professional wrestling game as long as he has when you look at him, because, let's face it, there's a youthful exuberance that keeps him fresh in the ring at all times. It's timeless in a way. The Studly Steve of old is the Studly Steve of present day. One thing is for certain, just like everywhere that he's ever wrestled, he'll work hard and he'll play hard. A major matchup has been signed for Clash at the Calet. It will be the Natural Nick Sullivan squaring off against Hybrid Sean Carr. There are few who have more potential to be a menace in New Pro Wrestling than the Natural Nick Sullivan. All of his credentials as an All-American freestyle and Greco-Roman wrestler, having competed in the Netherlands and Puerto Rico, seem to go directly out the window when he lets his aggression and inexperience drive him to the alternative, throwing his weight around and dumping his opponents on their heads. Now, of course, this is something that the Hybrid Sean Carr will have scouted because that's what a veteran does. With a tenured career, well over a decade in the business, Carr's resume reads like a who's who. He has competed in All Elite Wrestling and Ring of Honor. He has stood across the ring from the likes of AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes, just to name a few. Will the veteran's advantage be enough for Carr to topple Sullivan, given the distinct size advantage that the Natural tends to hold over his opponents? Will Nick Sullivan allow his anger to get in the way, driving him to make an inexperienced mistake, one where Carr can capitalize? No one is certain who is going to be the winner of this match, but I know something, and I think you'll all agree. This matchup could serve as the mission statement for New Pro Wrestling. These incredible matches and more as NPW and Wild Zero LLC present Clash at the Calet, Saturday, May 27th at the Oneida Calet Civic Center in Oneida, New York. Tickets still available at oneidacalet.com, $15 for adults and just $7 for children ages 10 and under. The doors open at 5 o'clock with a showtime promptly at 6 p.m. Be sure to follow New Pro Wrestling across all social media. We're talking Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep up to date with all of the action as it is announced. My name is Justin Parker. I am the voice of New Pro Wrestling, and we will see you at the matches.